Good morning everyone. I hope you all are fit and healthy. So students, in this video we are going to study another subphylum, that is Vertebrata. So this subphylum is again divided into two groups on the basis of presence or absence of jaws. Group A is named as Aganatha or Aganethostomata, and this include animals which are jawless. So jawless vertebrates or Aganatha are in group A, and in this group A there is a class named as Cyclostomata. So you have to remember the name of this class, that is Cyclostomata, and it is under group A, that is Aganatha or Aganethostomata. Then there is a group B, it is named as Ganethostomata, and it includes jawed vertebrate animals. This group B is again divided into two superclasses named as Pisces and Tetrapoda. So in this video we will see about superclass Pisces and group A Aganatha and its class, that is Cyclostomata. So let us start with the superclass 1, that is Pisces. This is divided into two classes further, class 1 that is Chondrichthyes and class 2 is Osteichthyes. So class 1, that is Chondrichthyes, it includes all those fishes whose endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and Osteichthyes include all those fishes whose endoskeleton is completely made up of bones. So let us start with the Chondrichthyes. They are also known as cartilage fishes, and Osteichthyes, they are also known as bony fishes. The term chondron means cartilage and osteo means bone, and ichthyes means fish. So Chondrichthyes include cartilaginous fishes and Osteichthyes includes bony fishes. So before studying the fishes in detail, the Pisces in detail, we must know the general features. All the fishes, they have a streamlined body. They have a streamlined body. So this streamlined body, it is overcoming the resistance. It helps in swimming. This is a streamlined body. These are the general features. First one is streamlined body shape. So this streamlined body shape, it will overcome resistance and help in swimming. Resistance and help in swimming. Then the general feature is presence of scales. You might have noticed that there are when we were drawing the fishes in lower classes, then we were drawing the structures like this, and these are known as scales. So in all the fishes there are scales present. Then there are structures named as gills. So these gills, they are used for respiration. So respiratory organ is gills in Pisces. What is the function of these gills? These gills are not visible externally to us since they are present inside the body of the fish, and these gills, they will take up the dissolved oxygen from water. Water will enter from the mouth of the fish and it will then pass towards gill, and gills will trap the dissolved oxygen from the water. Then there are structures known as gill slits. Gill slits. If you will observe the pictures of fishes, then you will surely find that there are folds on the skin of the shark or other fishes, and these folds are basically the gill slits. Gills are not visible externally, gill slits are visible. So the water which enters through the mouth is taken up by the gills, and the gills, they will trap the dissolved oxygen from water, and then the remaining water will be expelled out through the body through structure named as gill slits. Then there are fins present. So these fins, they are helpful in swimming and balancing. So the structures, they are known as swims. They help in swimming and balancing. And this is the dorsal fin present on the dorsal side. So we will say it is known as dorsal fin. Then there is a ventral fin or anal fin. Then there are pelvic fins. Then the last one is known as caudal fin. So these fins, they help in swimming and balancing. Now let us start with the chondrichthyes. Class 1, that is chondrichthyes. And they are also known as cartilaginous fishes or cartilage fishes. The first point you should know here is that they are exclusively marine. They are found in sea water. Then their whole body is made up of cartilage. Whole body is made up of cartilage. Then the most common example is shark. So in class 1, that is chondrichthyes, this includes the fishes whose endoskeleton is made up of cartilage and they are found in sea water. And there is a presence of scales, and you should remember these scales are named as placoid scales. So when we will do the bony fishes, the scales are different. They are named as differently. Here the scales in cartilage fishes, they are known as placoid scales. And these scales are very minute. If you will observe the picture of shark, then you will find that its body appears smooth to us in the picture. But the placoid scales are very minute. They are visible under microscope. If we will observe it very carefully under microscope, and they will appear to be very sharp in structure. Then the another point is there is uncovered gill slits. In class chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes, the gill slits, they are uncovered. There is no covering on the gill slit. This point is very important. That is, scales are known as placoid scales in cartilaginous fishes and the gill slits are uncovered. There is no covering on the gill slits in cartilaginous fishes. Then mouth is ventral. So mouth is present on the ventral side. This is the, let us see, this is shark. So this is the ventral side, and this type of mouth is known as ventral mouth. So mouth is present on the ventral side. And there are gill slits present, and these gill slits are 5 to 7 in pairs. The number you have to remember here about the gill slit, that is 5 to 7 in pairs, gill slits. And the gill slits, they are uncovered, they are not covered. Then swim bladder, which is also known as air bladder, it is absent in cartilaginous fishes. It is found only in bony fishes. This swim bladder or air bladder is a sac-like structure which is basically the outgrowth from the dorsal wall of esophagus. This is the outgrowth from the dorsal wall of esophagus, and this helps in balancing. It is acting as a balancing organ. So in cartilaginous fishes, the swim bladder or the air bladder is absent. Then another important point you have to remember is that in cartilaginous fishes, they are excreting urea, so they are ureotelic. They are ureotelic. This is another important point. Then for the reproduction, you have to remember here there is a presence of claspers. Basically this clasper, it is a modification of the pelvic fin. Pelvic fin is modified into sharp structure that is known as clasper. It will be modified into sharp structure known as clasper. These claspers, they help in opening the cloacal wall. It helps in opening cloaca in female fishes. So in female shark, this is a modification of the pelvic fin. Pelvic fin is modified into sharp structure in male shark. We will observe that the pelvic fin is modified into a structure known as clasper, and this clasper is helping in opening the cloaca in female shark. So what do you mean by cloaca? Cloaca is a common opening for digestive system and reproductive system. So during mating, what will happen? This pelvic fin, it is modified into sharp structure known as clasper, and this clasper, it will open the cloaca in the female shark and it will deposit it male sperms. Then this is about the class Chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes. Now if we will observe the bony fishes, then bony fishes, they are found in fresh water as well as in marine water. So bony fishes, they are marine water and in fresh water. And there is the presence of scales, and these scales are known as ctenoid scales and cycloid scales. So that is why I was telling you, you have to remember the name of the scale. That is, in cartilaginous fishes, the name of the scale is placoid scale, and in bony fishes the name of the scale is ctenoid or cycloid scales. Then the endoskeleton in bony fishes is completely made up of bones, and mouth is present on the terminal side. So mouth is present on the terminal side. If you will observe the fishes which are present in the aquarium, they are basically the bony fishes, or the fishes which we eat, they are basically the bony fishes. So if you observe the mouth is present on the terminal side, as compared to the cartilaginous fishes, their mouth is present on the ventral side. This is the dorsal side and this is the ventral side. So mouth is present on the ventral side in case of cartilaginous fishes. However, in bony fishes, the mouth is present on the terminal side. Then the excretion is a monotelism. They excrete ammonia, and their gill slits, they are covered by operculum structure known as operculum. So if you will observe the picture of this bony fish, then the gill slit is covered by a structure named as operculum. And the caudal fin, it is homocircle. So homocircle means the two lobes of the caudal fin, they are equal in size. This is the last fin we have observed when we were talking about the general features of fishes. This is the last fin, is known as caudal fin. If the size of these two lobes of the caudal fin, they are equal, then we will say it is homocircle. If it is of unequal length, one is of bigger size and other one is of smaller size, then we will say it is heterocircle. In cartilaginous fishes, the caudal fin is heterocircle, and in bony fishes it is homocircle. So these are some general features you have to know about the bony fishes and the cartilaginous fishes. So let us revise what we have studied. We have studied about that in cartilaginous fishes, the fishes, they are found in marine water, and in bony fishes, they are found in marine as well as in fresh water. Then we have studied that the placoid scales are present in cartilaginous fishes. The scales were named as placoid. However, in bony fishes, the scales are ctenoid or cycloid scales, and the cartilaginous fishes, their endoskeleton is completely made up of cartilage, and in bony fishes, the endoskeleton is mainly bony, and the mouth is ventral inside in cartilaginous fishes. However, in bony fishes, the mouth is terminal, and there is a cloacal aperture we have discussed in cartilaginous fishes. However, there is anus present in the bony fishes, and swim bladder or air bladder is absent in cartilaginous fishes, and in bony fishes the air bladder is present. Then the another thing we have studied is that the caudal fin, it is heterocircle in cartilaginous fishes. However, in bony fishes it is homocircle. Then these all are about the chondrichthyes and cartilaginous fishes. So you should know about two examples of each cartilaginous and bony fishes. Just name of examples you should know in cartilaginous and in the bony fishes. In cartilaginous fishes, the most common example you should know about is trigon. Trigon is basically a poison, commonly known as poison sting. So what happens is that whenever someone touches this fish, its tail releases poison. That is why it is named as poison sting. Then another example you should remember is electric ray. It is known as torpedo. Scientific name is known as torpedo. These are the cartilaginous fishes. So whenever one touches this torpedo, one will get the electric shock. Then in class Osteichthyes, you should remember any two examples. You should learn about labio, that is known as rohu, which people eat. Then another you can learn about betta, which is known as fighting fish. So these are the examples of bony fishes. Then we will study about Cyclostomata class also. Now you have a brief idea about Pisces class, superclass Pisces, that there are two classes, class cartilaginous fishes and the class another class which include bony fishes. Now we will quickly discuss about Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata, and it is present in the group Aganetha. Means there is no jaws present. Aganetha. These are the jawless vertebrates. So first point in this is that all living members, they are ectoparasite. Ectoparasite means all the fishes which are present in this group, they are living as parasite on the surface of other fishes. So they are basically ectoparasites. Then they have 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits. So if you remember, in cartilaginous fishes the gill slits were 5 to 7 pairs, in bony fishes they were 4 pairs, and in Cyclostomata they are 6 to 15 pairs. So the number is varying, that you have to know in whenever you will be studying about the differences of cyclostomata, cartilage fishes and bony fishes. Then the mouth is circular mouth, and the mouth is sucking in nature. The body is devoid of paired fins. There is no paired fins present, and there are no scales present. The body is basically elongated. Only unpaired fins are present. And they are mostly marine. So this is all for today. Take care everyone.